Marhaba, and hello once again. I'm American historian Dr. Jack Dempsey. Today is Saturday, March 28th, 2026, and as usual, I'm here with my dear brother, fellow historian, Palestinian citizen, Muhammad Jihad Ismael. And we're going to keep our program a little bit general today, although one of the ideas we've had for this next of our programs is the mask and the face. When the mask comes off, you see the true face. And the face we're looking at of the empire, many people say the mask is fallen off. We can all now see it for what it is. And my God, it is an ugly face. Muhammad remarked last time we were talking a little about Mr. Trump, and he said he is such an ugly person. And I have to agree. What can I say, brother? How are you? How is the family today in Gaza? And anything else you'd like to say just to get started?
Hello, brother. I am so happy to be talking with you again today. It's okay. We are good. All the family is okay. It's okay, brother.
And tell us a little bit. We don't get much direct reportage from Gaza. You're in Deir al-Balah, which is a little bit south of Gaza City. It is crowded to the gills with refugees living in plastic tents. Food shortages are still very bad. It's difficult to get clean water, almost impossible. You have to boil it when you bring it home from a local well. And your mother has been diagnosed with cancer, and you have heroically been taking her to her treatment sessions, which themselves are a miracle that they can happen in the first place. But these are the kinds of hardships that you face every day, brother. Tell us what it's like there today in Gaza with Israel raging in a war in virtually every direction of the compass. What is happening in Gaza right now, brother?
Yeah, yeah. Situation in Gaza is very, very bad. Maybe we haven't a lot of reports about what's happening here in Gaza. Media coverage is not enough. Even when some journalists are talking, they are talking about the surface of our crisis. No one is going deeply. No one is going deeply inside the core of our tragedy. Situation is very, very bad. As you just mentioned, people here in Deir al-Balah are living inside their tents. They are living their second Nakba. They are living the second Nakba.
Yeah.
It is exactly the same experience. Exactly. What I am seeing now is the same testimonies which I used to hear from my ancestors. So history is repeating itself. We are witnessing now the same first catastrophe, the same first Nakba of the year 1948. People are homeless, living in the wilderness, inside the poor tents. They have shortage of food, shortage of medicine. It's a very, very, very problematic situation, unfortunately. Yeah.
And brother, as you know, I live in Crete, and our weather has been very poor for about a week. We have lots of rain and very stormy winds. We need that weather for the green of the crops here and so forth. But the weather usually travels from Crete eastward toward Gaza. So when it hits Gaza, the people's tents collapse, they flood with water, and they have nowhere to go. It must be like living in hell.
Yeah, exactly. As you just mentioned, when we have some raining, when we have some storm, you cannot imagine how much people who are living inside tents are suffering. You have no dry soil. Uh, uh, the ground of the tent. It is like a swamp from inside. It's
Yes.
totally wet. All your clothes are becoming wet. So that's why we have thousands of children are suffering from flu and cold and other diseases. It is so painful situation. Most children are suffering from the wet and from the water which infiltrate inside the tent. Yeah, you can look to the child. He is shaking. He is shaking from his cold. His clothes are wet. His blanket is wet. His pillow is wet. Even the walls of the tent from inside, they are wet. So it is very painful life. As I told you, all the children are being sent to clinics in order to get some medicine because all the children of the tents are becoming sick when we have raining, when we have storm. Yeah, it's very painful life.
And it's not only flu and the common cold and the different health problems that come from being always wet and always cold. It's also that for years now, brother, since we've known each other, the fact that Israel has bombed the water cleaning plants. There is no fresh, clean water, but instead the sewage, the toxic water has been flowing openly through the streets for years. And now when the rains come, they lift up and carry all those toxic waters right into the places where people are living. So there must be even more diseases and horrible situations for the families in these tents.
Yeah, everywhere you have ponds of water, ponds of sewage. That's why we have unbelievable mosquito. If you look to the size of the mosquito, it is very huge, like the it's so huge. Yeah. This mosquito is infiltrating tent in the night, searching for blood in the bodies of the poor children. This child is originally suffering from anemia. So can you imagine how his situation will be after the mosquitoes attack him? He will lose more blood. Yeah, it is so tragic life. I am so sad for the children of Gaza, including my own children. Unfortunately, uh, their their childhood is lost. Their childhood is lost. They didn't enjoy the life of childhood like the other children around the world. Unfortunately, so sad. Sometimes I am crying when I am see such shocking scenes. I used to cry. I used to cry. Yeah. It's very bad situation. I am so sad for those uh, poor children.
Yes, and as you've often told us, brother, the children have lost their childhood, which is tragic beyond description. Also, their simple sense of freedom. They have lost their schooling. Your own children have been out of school more than 2 years now. You try to get a school person, a mentor to come to your home and give them lessons in reading and writing and mathematics and so forth, but it is not the same. They don't have the social life that they would have in their schools. Your son, Jihad, also known as Jojo, he was so well dressed up to go to school, to begin kindergarten, and he would wait on the front steps of your house for the bus that would take him, and he was just beginning a whole new life and loving going to school, loving learning things like his papa and his mama. But now this is not possible. They cannot even go outside in the yard and play freely because bombs and drones and artillery shells are virtually constant there every day. And these are the conditions of the ceasefire. The ceasefire, which has killed more than 1,000 Palestinians in Gaza since the ceasefire began. There is no ceasefire. There is no ceasefire. The people of Gaza are suffering worse and worse all the time. We cannot even imagine.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, brother. Yeah. Actually, we have no ceasefire. War is continuous.
No.
Israeli shelling, either by airstrikes or artillery, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. In day, in night, around the clock, every time, every moment, we have shelling, either by artillery or by drones or by fighters. Yeah. Unfortunately, the war is not over. We still have the Israeli attacks every day, and every day we are giving casualties. We have a lot of killed and wounded people are taken every day to the hospitals. So actually, there is no ceasefire, but the war is continuous.
Yes, and if you have also said, brother, there is no sleep. You cannot sleep even 1 hour solidly. You wake up to the sounds of explosions near the house, and you go to comfort the children, and they are shaking in fear. There is no rest. You cannot even rest there. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you'll bear with the sometimes troubled audio track of Muhammad's signal from Gaza, but this is a sign of how bad things are there. We try to communicate all the time, and we're lucky to get online as we are today, but I hope you'll bear with that to hear what is happening in a way that you won't hear from most other media. Muhammad, what else do you want to share? There was a lot of automatic gunfire between Hamas and Israel, between different factions of Palestinians who are fighting over food supplies in order to sell them to people, which they should not do in the first place. What else would you like to tell people about today in Gaza?
Yes, brother. I have to tell you about two issues. First of all, we have to talk about the civil chaos here in Gaza. We
Civil
have
chaos. Yep.
Chaos, yeah. Every day we have crimes. The rate of crimes is horrible. You cannot imagine how much crimes we have every day. In the middle area of Gaza, just in the previous week, we have almost 6 people were killed by the crimes. And as you know, we still have the bad Arabian habit, which is revenge. It is a very bad tribal habit, the revenge. Some families are taking their revenge these days. Yeah, so they are going to kill the murderer who killed their son. Yeah, it's very bad situation. There is no security, and here you have to close the doors of your house or the door of your tent early in the early night after the dusk. After dusk, you have to close your tent or to close your house, because if you go out, your security will not be guaranteed. No one can guarantee that you will be safe. Yeah, because
Yes.
we have gangs, we have crimes, we have very bad situation. Yeah, people should understand this issue. Yeah.
And as you've called it in previous programs, Mohammed, it's almost a form of civil war. In other words, when Hamas took over Gaza in the early 2000s, they killed a lot of young Palestinians who objected to Hamas's iron-fisted rule over the people, and so they were killed. And now that Hamas is very much weakened, the families have come out looking for revenge for their dead, murdered children against Hamas wherever they can find them. Then, as we've said, there are people fighting with guns over possession of food supplies, which they have stolen from the few trucks that manage to get in. And then finally, the Israelis have, with their bombs and drones and so forth, murdered hundreds of Palestinian Gaza policemen because they wish to destroy the social fabric. They want there to be no social order because it makes Palestinians of Gaza suffer more. That's just what they're doing now in Iran. The United States and Israel, they are bombing police stations in order to destroy law and order, hoping that there will be a great uprising that will thank the Americans so much for coming. It just amazes anybody who listens how you are able to survive, brother.
Yes, brother. It is very, very complicated life, and as I told you, the security is lost. You cannot guarantee that you will be safe. Yeah, that's why all families are getting back to their homes in the day before the darkness come. And Gaza, by the way, is totally dark in the night.
Yes.
We haven't electricity. If you look from sky, like aerial footage for Gaza, Gaza from above is like a black blanket. Gaza is like a black blanket. Yeah, there is no lights in the streets, no lights in the houses. So, among this darkness, you can imagine all the sorts of violence, crimes, problems. Yeah, that's why you have to close the door of your house or your tent early. Yeah.
Yes, and as we've told also, you run your house. You are talking to us now because we were able to send or get you some batteries, some rechargeable batteries that give you some electric power during the day. But at night, you must turn off all the lights because if there are lights in the windows of your house, you become a target. You become a target.
Yeah.
So you have been living life in secret, in a way, hiding all the time from the different groups who want to cause harm.
Yes, brother. I can summarize all of this in a very few words. I can say that among this hell, we are stealing life. We are stealing our survival day by day. We are like thieves, but thieves who are stealing their existence, their survival, their life. You cannot imagine how much I feel when I get up in the morning, when I look to the sky and I discover that I am alive. I were not killed in the night. I am alive. I received a new morning. Good. I am alive. Yeah. I cannot believe it. It's a good achievement to keep your survival. Yes, this is our life. Unfortunately, it is so painful life.
And as you've said in one of our earlier programs also, Muhammad, you take out every few days, you take two big jerry cans, maybe 5-liter cans, and you go somewhere to find supplies of water. And on the way, you must get down on the ground because artillery shells and grenades dropping from drones are exploding around you. And when you come home and the door closes behind you once more, you feel as though you are reborn. You have had a rebirth experience just because you have come home alive from carrying these jerry cans of water. How do most people,
Yeah,
when they go shopping for their supplies, how many people have that kind of an experience? Very few.
yeah, yeah. I read an article at a website. The writer of this article was talking about the near-death experience. The near-death experience. I read the entire article and I left him a comment in the bottom of the article. I told him it's a brilliant article. Yeah, I can tell you about something different. I can tell you about the rebirth experience, not about the near-death experience, but about the rebirth experience, which I come across every few days. You cannot imagine how much I survive from the flying shots near my head, near my body. Yeah, yes, brother. Yeah, yeah. It is a feeling of rebirth. I feel that today I were born. It's my life has started today. Yeah.
And, brother, I'd like to ask you also about how people in Gaza are talking about the war against Iran. First of all, do you see or hear any evidence of shelling, rockets, missiles, bombs falling on Israel, which is very close to the border? You're in eastern Bala, which is near the Great Wall that Israel has used to confine you. What evidences do you see of that war, and what are people in Gaza saying about it?
Yeah, of course. We can watch clearly the lights of the flying missiles in the sky, and we can see also the lights of the interceptors, the Israeli interceptors. Yeah, we can see a battle in the sky between a falling rocket, a falling missile, and a climbing missile going
Yes.
to make the interception. Yeah, we can see every night in the darkness. We can see the lights in the sky. That's why I call it the war of stars. It's a war of stars. Yeah, we have
Hmm.
missiles coming from the east, from Iran, and we have interceptors climbing from Israel in
Yes.
order to intercept them in the sky. Yeah, of course.
And
And even last night, no, no, 2 days ago, I were sitting with Tawfiq. We watched the
Tawfiq is a good
cluster
close
bomb.
friend of Muhammad's. He's a very fine
Yeah,
man, Muhammad's age, and he helps the family a great deal. So you and Tawfiq saw
yeah.
what, Muhammad?
We watched a cluster bomb when it approached the Israeli airspace. It used to make like to throw fragments in the sky.
Yes.
A cluster of small bombs. Yeah,
Yes.
we watched the cluster bomb coming from the sky and landing inside Israel. Yeah, of course we watch, and sometimes also we can watch the rockets which are coming from the north, from Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
but mostly we can see the missiles of Iran because most of Hezbollah rockets are targeting the north of Israel. They rarely reach the south here near us.
yes, and brother, what do you as an historian and as a citizen of Gaza and the people of Gaza think and say about the war against Iran? What are people saying about it, brother?
Yeah, people here, most of the people here are supporting Iran for so many different reasons. Some people are justifying their support that Iran is an Islamic nation and we have to support the Muslims. Other people are justifying their solidarity with Iran, that Iran has helped us, has given Hamas the rockets and the military training and the finance for their military activities. So it's our duty now to stand with Iran and to show our solidarity. Yeah, most of the people are supporting Iran. Yeah.
So, do they believe that Israel will lose the war? What will be the consequences or the results of the war between Israel and Iran? Because most of the reportage is saying that no matter how you look at the situation, Iran is winning. Iran has the most cards to play. They have the most options in how they are going to conduct this war and what will be the result. What do you see as the result of this war, brother, and what do people around you see?
For me, I see the opposite. I see that Iran is being sent now to the Jurassic era, to the age of dinosaurs. Uh, I don't see any victory for Iran. Iran will be smashed. And if you look to the casualties of Israel, they are so marginal casualties. You cannot compare them with the casualties of Iran. Yeah, Iran has lost the spiritual big leader, all his assistants, most of the big generals in the army and in the Republic Guards, most of the factories which make the weapons, most of the military posts, most of the military infrastructure in Iran was neutralized. Yeah. Even if you look to the average of the sent rockets, the daily average of the sent rockets towards Israel, in the first day of war, Iran sent 100 missiles towards Israel. These days we have a decline in the average. The daily average these days is 12, 13, 14, maximally 15. So the Iranian ballistic missiles are not sent like before, like the beginning of the war. Yeah. I
Well,
think Iran will be smashed, but maybe Trump will not reach to this point. Maybe Trump will make some deal. I don't know if Iran agrees with Trump's plan or Trump's offer. Maybe we can reach a ceasefire before the total destruction of Iran.
Well, I will, for contrast and comparison, I will share with you what I have seen in reportage is that the number of Iranian missiles has gone down, but it is because they are running out of targets. They have used their old missiles and old drones to reduce the number of interceptor missiles that Israel has for defending itself. That soon, very soon, Israel will have no defenses at all, and Tel Aviv and Haifa and the port cities are being decimated. There is very much damage. The difference in civilian casualties is coming from the fact that Iran targets only military targets, and Israel and the United States are doing carpet bombing. They are simply bombing anywhere. They cannot find the Iranian missile launchers because they are all, for many years now, buried underground. That they have factories underground where they construct more missiles. So when Iran really wants to unleash their power, Israel is going to be in a very bad position. What do you think of that?
For me, I don't agree with this analysis. For me, I don't agree because I am seeing the total opposite. I see the total opposite. Yeah, the Iranian missiles are not accurate. They are not accurate. We have some deviation when they fall at the targeted area. They deviate. There is some deviation, and we have some casualties in the West Bank. We have a rocket targeted Hebron, and we have 5 persons were killed and others were injured. Also, a few days ago, we have some missiles were sent at Haifa. They deviated. They deviated their way and targeted the southern Lebanon. And this was reported in the Lebanese media. For me, as a person who is living in the on the ground, I can tell you that those missiles are not accurate. We have an average of some hundreds of meters of deviation. We have some neighbors who are contacting with their relatives in Negev, in Beersheba. They told us that most of the Iranian missiles are falling beside the targets because the Israeli technology is making some jamming. When they make this jamming, they can make deviation in the direction of the rocket. Yeah. Don't forget that Israelis are having very advanced technology in the jamming and intercepting. I don't believe in these claims. I don't believe. Yeah.
I see. And as you mentioned, of course, also there is the war in the West Bank, which has become more and more intensified as the Israeli so-called settlers become more aggressive to try to displace and dispossess the Palestinian people of the West Bank. Israel is attacking in southern Lebanon all the way to the Litani River northward to try to kick all the Lebanese and some Palestinian refugees out of that area entirely. They tell them, go across the river, get out of here, and never come back. Never come back. Mr. Smotrich is saying we are going to annex the West Bank. We are going to make southern Lebanon an official part of Israel. It seems as though even while they are getting hammered by Iranian military assets, they are still completely set on conquering more territory.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is a very, very bad situation. You know, the Zionist mentality, the Zionist thought always has the expansion as a strategic target.
Yes,
Always they have expansion in their in their thinking, in their planning. Always they are looking to expand their borders to the east, to the west, to the south. Yeah.
yes, yes. Well, brother, it seems our time is going. The audio is becoming problematic, so maybe we should close our program today. Is there anything else that you'd like to add just for today on your report from Gaza and Palestine and Israel in the midst of all this?
Oh no, brother, nothing in particular. Nothing.
Okay, well, I want to thank you as always. If people want to get to know your family, your beautiful children and family, they can go to Jack Dempsey Writer at WordPress.com. Under the More section here with the video, you can find links to those things and get to know this wonderful, incredibly hardy family of Palestinians who have survived living in hell all their lives. They have never known freedom. So we hope you will take a look at them and to further appreciate their humanity, their courage, and the smile that you always see on Muhammad's face. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. And there he goes. We have now officially lost Muhammad. And we will see you very soon again next time with a further report from Gaza. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Peace, justice, and equality for the Palestinian people.